Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they take on Phillip Rivers and the LA Chargers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that to these two quarterbacks because they come in here with a lot, and I mean a lot, of NFL experience.
Hey, I like the Young Turks. I like the Baker Mayfields. I like the Patrick Mahomes. I like the Lamar Jacksons. But I do like those grizzled veterans who know how to play the game, know how to run their team, and know how to handle difficult situations. Maybe I'm just showing my age, too.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Like 80. We own it. We own it. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Draw play, and it's Snell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Xavier Grimble, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Rivers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush With a big-time sack on third down, it's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 33 and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anything about the running down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
You better be afraid of me.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Gordon on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10. At the Steelers' 22-yard line.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And this is complete. It's Allen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A reminder coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. It's the Packers' second home primetime game in 3 weeks as they host their NFC North rivals, the Detroit Lions. Kickoff 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. A run for Snell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Green brings it in.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. Rivers now to throw on first down. Benjamin's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Throwing Rivers. He's got Green. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. He's got a man, that's Keenan Allen. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half, and the Chargers have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Chargers to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Ready? 30. 31 to Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Fighting through pressure. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Dante Moncrief, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
This will be taken about the 12. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. Complete. It's Henry. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Badgley's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And now a fumble. The ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Rivers. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And picked up by the Chargers.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go!
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question is, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, That's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald.
Here we go.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Roethlisberger. Drops it underneath for Rawls. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And an alley to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first, this from 41. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 54 yards to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's third and goal. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a third and goal situation, and this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really. Yeah,
I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained